Wanted my students to participate in the Big Yield Challenge because I wanted to give them real-world practical situations that they would have to deal with on their own farms, to being able to estimate yields of corn and soybean varieties to help them with their own projects and their own future in agriculture make some of those important budget decisions about what they need to do in order to better their farm or their project.
I want them to get an appreciation for estimating corn yields, soybean yields, and how we can maximize acreage and continue to increase the corn and soybean yields, and also get a hands-on experience of doing those estimations. So getting the students to really understand that we have to increase corn yields so that we can continue to feed the world is the most important part of this contest.
I like to get as many students involved in real-world applications as possible, and I feel like the Big Yield Challenge that you present here today offers that a lot of opportunity for students to get their hands dirty, see field tests, and get a chance to see the results of different types of seed plantings that you put together, and to see what the difference in their production is.
One, I have a crop science class this year, so it gives them the opportunity to put hands on and also test the skills that I taught them in class. Hopefully I taught them the correct way, and we do well today. Also, it's a true team building exercise. You know, instead of where we go on our CDEs and stuff like that, it's individual scores. These kids actually get to compete together and, you know, work as a team.
I always think the Big Yield Challenge is a good opportunity for kids to get some hands-on practical experience. Looking at some corn and some soybeans, getting some yields on it, gives them an idea of different career paths they can take in the field of agriculture, and see a lot of different technologies and stuff put in place and how all the yields are figured.
I felt that the Big Yield Challenge really gave them an opportunity to learn by doing, and to give them an interactive opportunity to really get out and get a hands-on view of how to properly judge and estimate a yield for different fields of crops.
I wanted my students to learn the basic skills of estimating yields before harvest, because it's very important for the management and the business side of agriculture, as far as doing the planning and making sure that they're going to be able to pay their cost, and kind of the marketing of the soybeans and corn as they're being produced in the fields.
I come from a primarily rural community, and a lot of my students are going to be going back to production agriculture, and this is a good way for all my kids that are going to be crop farmers to have a way to learn how to estimate their yields before they actually are production farmers themselves.
Last year, my set of girls that are competing today were on the agronomy team, and we went over to Kansas to compete, and their contest was completely different than Missouri. There was some similarities, but they had to do yields and stuff, and they came out and they were like, "Mrs. Rapp, that was not good. We didn't know what we were doing." So then I took it upon myself to start teaching them that, and then I found this contest, so I was like, all right, now that I taught you this, let's go see it and put it to practice and see how much better we do this time versus last time.
My students really enjoy the Big Yield Challenge because of the real-world connections that they have, the real-world problem solving that they get, but they also like that it's in a contest format, so they're competing against some of their buddies from other FFA chapters located around the area.
The students like the hands-on experience the most. Being out of the classroom, the ability to learn, actually looking at the plants, the ears of corn, and just being outside the classroom, learning that way.
My students enjoy coming here to the Big Yield Challenge because they have a chance to meet local chapters that are also involved with the Big Yield Challenge in a competitive atmosphere. They also get a chance to see the businessmen that are involved with row crop production in our community, and they enjoy the hospitality offered here by the Big Yield Challenge staff and their facility, and enjoy the meals and the recognition and awards that you guys also present.
I would say one, it's the opportunity to make the chapter a little extra money, possibly. Also, the big thing is they get to estimate future yields. It's something that they may even have a future career in one day. You guys give us a great opportunity to teach those kids things that they can use in a career field hopefully one day, and it's needed.
I think my students like the competition aspect the most. They like to come out here and compete against all the other area FFA chapters, but also just the practical hands-on experience they get, and being able to go out and figure stuff, figure the yields with the hands-on experience. Anytime they can get out of the classroom setting and go do something like that, it's a win in their book. So.
How interactive it is, how much hands-on activities. My kids love anything that they can do with hands-on learning, and gives them a chance to really get out and show what they know and practice what I preach to them, at least.
Well, they like the hands-on experience that they get getting out in the fields and counting the soybeans and counting the kernels of corn, and just getting that hands-on experience to be able to do this and take us back to their own farms and hopefully gain some knowledge that they can use at their own homes.
My students like the actual hands-on, real-world aspect of it, so they get to use these skills later on in life. So that's what they like, is the fact that it's something they can use when they get older.
They like to compare where you can make your most money in production agriculture. If GMOs is where we need to go, or do we need to go back to non-GMOs, or even go to the organic farming